2016 Peugeot 208 in for a left front wheel bearing, near side front. You can tell it needs a wheel bearing because when you're driving it, it's making a bit of a howl, and when you turn right, it's putting the weight on the left, and here it howls a bit more, just like a rotational knot. First of all, take the wheel off, undo the bolts by hand, especially with a lock and wheel nut, don't want to break them, lift it up, gun the wheel off, see what's involved. Just to confirm it's a wheel bearing, I'm going to put my hand on the suspension spring and spin the wheel. And I can actually hear the bearing there, and I can also feel it vibrating through here. Double check the other side just to make sure, but I can really hear it on this side. Okay, we can see what we're doing in here. I'm going to whip the caliper off. 2 bolts there, then there's the caliper stand, there'll be another 2 bolts, bottom ball joint out, drive shaft nut off this end, and then that bolt out of there. And we're just going to release this whole hub that contains the wheel bearing. And also there's an ABS sensor on the top, needs to come out. Brake caliper stand, that is a T55 Torx.
T30 torque.
Now you might think it's a bit of overkill using all that to take out such a small Torx bolt on the disc, but they need a bang. This is the only thing that can give it a bang to bring them out. If you try and take them out gently with a ratchet or whatever, it just tears the tops off them. If this tears the tops off them, you're going to have to drill them out anyway. Simple as that. Drive shaft nut, which is a 30mm. Make sure the drive shaft moves, which is what it does. Then this ABS sensor. Sort of tease that out without breaking it. Oh, out it's come. Quite often they get very, very stuck. You can follow the harness all the way up and unplug it out of the harness up here and leave it with the strut. Or alternatively drill it out and put a new one in. They're just plastic. Yeah, I forgot to mention the tracker end needs to come off as well because that's part of the hub. We're just trying to release this hub from the car. Now that is on a taper, so it's stuck in there, so I need to just give this a little tap and it'll come out. There you go. Bottom ball joint off now. $17mm on this end and 16mm on the nut end. Now basically we need to pull this down to separate the ball joint from the hub. You can either do it with a bar through here, or I've got a fancy tool for doing it. Let's just try a bar. There we go. Easy as that, bit of scaffolding bar and it's come out. That's separated, so we just need to take this bolt out here. 16mm socket on this end and the 17 spanner, but actually I think that's captive. Oh no, it's a square. It's that retaining bolt out of there. See, it's a square on that end, so it's got a captive slot. 16 on that end. Right, we can release the drive shaft. Careful not to pop it out the gearbox, so it'll lose the gearbox oil. And now we just need to give that a tap on there and it'll come out. That's the piece we're looking for. There's the bearing inside there. So we need to change that. The interesting part starts now. Right, moved over to the press now, because this bearing is an interference fit, i.e. it's pressed in, pressed out. I've seen them done in a vise. If you keep everything really, really straight, it'll push back in. Anyway, I'm doing it on a press because I've got a press. First of all, this is the bearing here. That brown surface is magnetic. That's for your ABS sensor, so that the bearing has to go in the right way around. Always the brown surface to the inside. Now, if you see this inner piece here, that is actually this piece that's pushed through the bearing. So we want to push that out first. And when we push it out, it'll probably bring half of the bearing with it. About the press, if you've got it to this point and you've got the bearing, take it into a local garage, much like mine, one-man band or whatever. They'll charge you a few quid and they'll do it for you. It'll save you a load of grief. Quite often I get guys coming in here, happy for people to do DIY. They'll leave me the bearing, you know, take me 10 minutes, charge them a fiver, tenner, whatever. Okay, I've got my press set up. I'm going to push the center out. The center is usually not that tight. Yeah, away it goes, straight away. Everything on the floor. So that's the piece that was through the center of the bearing, and it's actually took the outer part of the bearing with it. So we need to get that off as well, but let's just continue with the bearing for now. So next step, there's a circlip in there. I need to get that circlip out. And then we'll push the bearing from this side out. Actually, I will need that piece of bearing off the old hub, pop it in there and push against it because there's a ridge in there it needs to push against. All about having the right tools. Let's tackle this. That's the inner bearing race there that needs to come off this hub. So I've got this, it'll go over there, clamp behind it, and then I can push it out. But if you get a slitting disc on a grinder and just quietly put a groove in that, dig your way through it, put it in the vise with a sharp chisel in the groove, give it a whack, that'll split, and then it'll come off. I'll do it this way, since I've got the tools to do it. There we go. That's pushed that off there nicely without any damage. Happy days. Okay, I've got that circlip out of there. Good pair of circlip pliers. Quite often they get rusted in, just chisel them out. That bit of bearing can go back in there. And then I press this through that way. I've got it set up in the press. I've got a press tool here that's pushing the bearing. But basically I'm using all this lot to push the housing down over the bearing so the bearing will push out the back. That's just an old massive wheel bearing out of something else that I'm using as a press tool. Ta-da! Various press tools. There's the old bearing out. There's our hub, that's all clean in there. Let me clean that up a touch. It's all good. Here's our new wheel bearing. New circlip, new hub nut. Like I said before, there's the ABS ring, the brown magnet. That's the other side. Get this in the right way around, because if you don't, the ABS won't work and you'll have to do this all again and probably destroy the bearing. Don't ask me how I know this. So yeah, there's the ABS where the sensor goes at the back. So as long as you got that ring to that ABS sensor point, you're fine. So I'm going to pop that in there. Now I need to push this from the outside. I cannot push it from the inside because that'll destroy the bearing. It's a bit grotty because it's been on the floor, but basically that's your inner race. That's your ball bearings there, and that's the outer casing of the bearing. So I have to push on here, and all I'm doing is pushing against steel. If I'm pushing against here, I'm pushing against all those bearings, and that will destroy a new bearing. And the best thing to use, because we know it's the right size, is the old bearing. So that's going to sit on there. A couple of press tools on top of that, just to take up the gap a bit. Keep everything nice and centered and straight. Once it's taken up the pressure, keep your fingers out of the way, and it goes. Perfect. Yeah, put about 3 ton on that. That's good. That's in. So that's all nicely in place, right up to the edge. Now we're going to put the circlip in. Circlip pliers. Not very good ones. Okay, that's the circlip in. The ends, the eyes, you need to keep them either side of the hole where the ABS sensor goes in, because if you have it further around, it'll block that hole and you can't get the ABS sensor in when you're putting it back together. Again, don't ask me how I know this. Okay, now, last part, I need to press the hub back into the bearing. The hub, the flange, whatever you want to call it. So basically I'm going to face this down. I'm going to put that on top of it, and I'm going to press the inner race of the bearing. I can now press the inner race. Well, I have to, because that is going into the inner race. So I'm basically pushing against that side of it and that side of it, because it's 2 parts inside. If I pushed on the outside, it would then explode this piece out. So it's very important to remember inner and outer race. So that's exactly the right size for the inner. Again, keep everything nicely centered. Once it's taken a bit of tension, fingers out of the way, press it in. Go on tight. A couple of tons of pressure, release it, get rid of the press tools. And that's it, the new bearing's in. Nice and quiet. With the ABS ring to the correct side. And that's it, short and sweet. Easy enough job to do. Like I say, if you're not going to mess around pressing it in, take it to a local garage. They'll be happy to do it for you. Take them a few beers, that'll do. Bring me a few beers, I'll do it. I'll not show you putting it back together, it's just the same in reverse order. Go to the start of the video, watch it backwards. I don't know how you do that, but you know what I mean. If you're doing this at home, axle stands, jack it up, axle stands, put wheels under, keep it safe. That's my disclaimer, keep it safe. I've got a couple of the little jobs to do in here, so I'll leave it at that, short and sweet. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments if it's any good. Am I doing it wrong? Am I doing it right? Am I missing things? Thank you.